Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Tammy and I'm back with another video. And in today's video, as you can see, I am not alone. We have a special guest and I'm so excited for today's video. So I'm just gonna let our guest introduce herself.
Hi guys, do you people have a name?
That's well, we're T-Gang, but then I realized she didn't.
Before I just become rude, hi guys, my name is Avehe and Tammy and I have delayed, but we're here. I do YouTube, I do content creation, I'm a photographer, I'm a wifey, and yeah.
Yes,
I'm happy to be here.
I'm so excited to have her here. We've been planning this video forever. Like she said, it's overdue. But yeah, we are here now and we're giving you guys the content you deserve.
Yeah.
So are you going to introduce our topic for us?
Yes. So, if you guys don't know, Tammy and I are both in our 20s. And we moved out very early out of our respective nests, you know. So we both moved out early and we just want to talk about navigating the space. So we are recording a video here and then we're going to continue on my channel just so that you guys can, because it's really it's a lot to, it's not just
unpack.
It's a lot to unpack. So that's what we're doing. We're just going to
share with you guys.
Yes.
And also remember we ask them questions on our platform.
So we're going to be addressing those questions actually.
Basically.
Just
adding, you know, some spice
into
it. So yeah guys, if you do like what you're hearing, do not go anywhere. Stay right here. Anywhere else you should go is her channel, by the way. Please. I will leave her channel in my description below. Please go and do the most, subscribe, and you know, let's do the most, T-Gang.
And if you guys head over to my channel, please tell me that you're coming from Tammy's channel, because I want to see you guys.
You know. So yeah guys, see you guys on the other side. We are back and without wasting time, we're just gonna get right into the video. If you do like what you heard, please do like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to both our channels. And so yeah, let's basically just get into it.
Yeah, let's just get right into it.
Yeah. So do you wanna start first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
So I was 17 when I moved out of my father's house.
Okay.
So my sister had moved out before, and I used the excuse of like, no, I'm starting work because I started working at 17 as well.
Oh wow,
so,
really?
Girl. So I started working at 17 and I got a job in town. I was working at the magistrate court and I was just like, no, I mean, home is much further and my sister lives in Hockland Park, and I then just move in with my sister, that way, you know. Then my dad was not for it, but he didn't say anything. He didn't try to be complicated about it. He just like, you know, do what you gotta do, you know. And then I moved out at 17. I moved in with my sister. We lived together for a few years. Okay. Yeah. And then she got married and then she moved. And then that wasn't a sign for me. You know, most people would be like, okay, now you can just go back and we'll live at home.
Go back home, yeah.
I was just like, I'm not going to do that.
And how old were you at the time?
Ooh, was I not 20, 21, 2015. I don't know how old I was. What was I in 2015?
Okay, so you kind of already got used to not being at home. Yeah. So you weren't trying to go back home.
No, I was not trying to go back. Because the thing is, first of all, I'm the child who really never lived at home. Because I was in the hostel from grade 8 to 12. So for that part of my life, I would only go home for weekends, every now and then I would also go home for holidays. So I wasn't really used to being in other people's space like that. And then when I was in the hostel my final year, I had my own room, like I was on my own. And then going back home and going to I think I was too independent already. I was just like
and I think also the one thing about staying alone is you get so used to your own space that you don't want other people.
Like you telling people in your father's house like, no, you are in my space. You're like, excuse me, what do you mean?
You move out.
No.
So do you ever remember like a conversation coming up about like you coming back home?
Oh
No.
My dad also knows the type of person that I am. I'm the person, like, if I set my mind on something, I'm going to do it. Like, a made-up mind is a dangerous thing. So, for me, I have that. Like, I'm going to head in this direction, and there's nothing you can do
to stop me. What
star
sign are you?
I'm in Aquarius.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say Cancers are also that type. Like, once we have made up our mind, there's no going back, really. And, okay, so, yeah, with me, I moved out, I think, when I was 18. And for me, it wasn't even like a forceful situation. It was just circumstances at home. It was active decisions, my mom, my sister, me. So it was just like, okay, you know what, let's just, for the sake of everyone's peace of mind, let's just do this. Yeah. So yeah.
Did you miss home?
No. I am such a loner. Like, I love my space. Even now that I stay on my own, I dread, like, I'm that friend that will be like, my friends will text me and be like, hey, are you home? And I'll be like, I went out. But
Now imagine I am like married and sometimes I feel like my husband is in my space. It's our house, it's our space, and sometimes I'm just like,
yeah,
you're in my space, man. Like, I need time
yeah,
alone,
no,
you know.
I relate. Even with my partner, sometimes he's like, I want to come see you, and then I'm just like, maybe tomorrow. Because I already set my mind, like, today is just me time. I just want to spend time with myself.
Even if it means I'm just being lazy, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Even if it means I'm just staring at the wall,
Staring
need
at the
that.
ceiling.
Yeah, that doesn't
honestly.
mean I'm not doing anything. No, really.
Okay, so we asked you guys on Instagram basically to just ask any nest leaving
questions. Like,
and you guys really came through.
And
guys, thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to address your questions. Okay. So the first question is how you approach your parents or how they responded. So I'm guessing I
kind of touched on
that because we already did.
For me, I used an excuse. I couldn't also give her the strength to be like, yo, Dad, I'm moving out. Yeah. Because you are his baby, man, and he's just like, where are you going? You're not getting married. Why are you leaving? I'm sure it's a very hard conversation to have, and maybe that's why I also just never had the conversation that way. Yeah. It was just like,
and I think a lot of people are scared of this conversation because a lot of African parents always resort to, okay, you want to go out, then sort yourself out. Like,
yes, I'm not going to support you.
Yeah, like, do your thing.
But then I was the girl who was ready for that. Like, I was like, it's fine.
Really?
Yeah, I never took money from my dad after I moved out. From 17, I didn't. I just worked. I paid my varsity, I paid my schools and whatever. And then when I was like really stuck with something, that's when I'll be like, you're dead. And because of that, he would just give me because
you never really ask. Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, no, there you have it, guys. Someone else is asking, financially, how do you do things after leaving the nest early? So I asked you, did you have a plan? Because you said you were ready for that. Did you have a plan?
I think I was just, the plan was I had a job.
Okay, you had a job. So
the plan was just that I have a job, so I'll figure it out. But I definitely did not. I was never ready for what hit me. Because the thing is, imagine you're fresh, you're 17, you are getting paid, however much it is. Because for me, it wasn't much. Yeah. But in retrospect, it was pennies. It was pennies. You know, and then you are getting your own money. And then you just start spending because
you're so excited because you're finally making your own money.
Dude, it was so bad. It was so like, literally, I'm so thankful for my older sister because she was like, dude, we need to fix this now before you like really fall off the rails. And because of that, I had that advice on like how to budget, how to whatever, because people don't teach
and speaking about budget, they don't. And these are some of the things we need to, and I saw someone actually ask, we'll touch on that, but it's so important, I think, to have a support system and just someone to like, you know, take you back to the drawing board, like, girl, you need to focus.
Absolutely.
So yeah, okay, so the next question is how you learn or create your own income without having a job. I mean, a good reliable income. I think
that's definitely for you.
Yeah, it's definitely for me because I think I moved out at 18, and then the same year when I moved out, I just realized, I think 2 months into like staying on my own, I realized, this thing is actually not as easy as it seems. It's not easy. Like the reality really kicks in. Bills kick in, cosmetics kick in, and then you're just like, I can't keep asking my parents money.
Yes, so the guilt of that.
Yeah, like, and then there's also like your social life. Like you wanna not always, but now and then you wanna go to Kolkakios with your friends and just have food. Yeah, you can't keep texting your parents. So I had to I had to figure out a way how to make money. And I remember feeling very desperate. And I think a lot of people that knew me in 2018, 2019, I was so small. Like, I was way smaller, even in body. I think I was so stressed, guys. It is stressful. I know, guys. And I think this video needs to be as authentic and as truthful as possible. Yes. Just so that when you guys do make your decision, you're not going to be like, yo, guys, you lied. Honestly, the first, like, year or 2 years, it's not that easy. But you need to, look at the end, like, look at the future, look forward. Yeah. So, yeah, I think what happened was I started doing makeup for myself. I liked looking really good. I was in first year, so girl, varsity. So yeah, I would do makeup now and then, and then like people in my class will always ask me like, "Oh, you look so nice. Who did your makeup?"
Myself.
Myself. And then like at some point, my friends would now be going out
And then
because
they'll
I
come
didn't
to
have
you.
the means to go out, right? So I would stay home, and they would come to me like, "Girl, I need a face beat." I remember I used to charge as little as $50, like for a full beat.
You guys.
Okay, but also remember it wasn't like a beat. It was just foundation, mascara, and then lips. So yeah, I started charging $50, and with that, I think it also helped me like grow my experience.
Yes.
So I started getting better and better, and I realized I can actually make a business out of this.
And now
And
you have a whole business.
Yeah, literally award winning even. And I love what you mentioned earlier. Business is really just about taking the risk.
Yes.
You need to be
bold
because you don't know if it's gonna work or not.
Yeah.
So I think you should go into that. Like,
Yeah, no, like I feel like for me personally, it took me long because I like that you were just like, I'm just gonna do this, and then I'm just gonna get right into it.
Yeah.
For me, I worked at this place for 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years, from 17 until what? 18, 19, 20?
Yeah.
Like around the year.
Yeah.
I think 21. And
Yeah.
I was still probably working. And I worked at this place. And while I was working, I had done a photography certificate. I had done school,
Yeah.
but then I did the photography certificate in 2014. I was already certified to be a photographer.
Yeah.
And I was just like, no, I can't leave a job that pays me a full amount to go and start hustling.
I understand completely because I forgot to mention I also had a job somewhere in between. I think it was 2018 January, February, those were the like 2 rough months. And then March, like people started noticing my makeup.
Yes.
And then I think April there was a non-profitable organization that was looking for mentors. So those that know me from back then, I used to be a dreams mentor. I used to do like community mobilizing and going to schools, educating girls, implementing the HIV curriculum. And I remember this job would like, I think my first salary was like 1,500. And like it felt a lot.
Yes.
Because from makeup I was basically just getting a $50 or $100.
Money doesn't last.
Yeah. And so I was now doing business but then now you get to a point where you kind of figure out like you need to choose one. Yeah.
Yes. Because for me, I did that. I worked for 4 years, and so during this 4 years, and people would be like, "No, can you please come shoot us? Can you please come?" And I didn't have a camera. I would always go borrow a camera for all guys. I kid you. I think I've had my camera.
That's why I think they say, when you want something, you make it happen.
Yes. So I would just like go borrow cameras
but
from
how
friends.
did you? Do you know like people rented out cameras, or you just or
I had
just close friends?
I knew friends who had cameras, so that's what I would do. I would get friends and I would do this. And then one day, like, so I got married, I finished, I'm still working. Mind you, this is 2017 now, like, that's from 2012, 2017.
Yeah.
I'm still working, I'm still whatever. And then I'm like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I hate an 8 to 5. I literally hated it, So, and I was just like, I'm gonna take the bold step and I'm gonna try to focus on photography.
Yeah.
That's 2017, hey. And then I focused on photography, but I didn't even go social.
So how were you marketing?
Word of mouth. It has been my best marketing strategy because I build. People know if you refer me to someone, they trust you.
Yeah,
so it's easier to build
that trust,
the clientele that way.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. So last year, not last year. This year. This year in the beginning, I opened Mabel Gallery. Like on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I've
been
doing
Mabel
it.
Gallery.
Yes. So I've been doing it, but then I opened it now officially. Like decided, you know what? I'm not gonna be doing anything else. I'm not gonna be trying to go back to school. I'm gonna focus on it now.
Yeah. So and what made you like create the page? Because a lot of people don't understand that there's actually so much power in social media.
Yes. So my own social media has a great following.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, why don't you then just do it? Like, because everyone kept on coming to me on my social page, like, no, your pictures look so nice. Your Instagram looks so nice. Yeah. Can you
and you
do
really
it
have
for...
an aesthetically pleasing.
Thank you.
Like yo.
I'm like, can you do it for us? And then I'm just like, sure, And then I was like thinking about it. I'm like, maybe I should like, because my page was private for the longest time. It was literally maybe somewhere in the middle of this year I made it public. Because I was just like, I need to do this because I need to collaborate with people. That's the only reason I am making it public. But it was up to me.
I think it opens people to, they have an option. They can view.
Yes. So I think before that's why I opened Mabel Gallery, because I was like, Mabel Gallery can be open to everyone else, and then everyone can see it, and then mine can be private.
Yeah,
that
that's
was the driving
definitely.
force.
Yeah, and I think now that we're talking about, you know, social media pages, tip for, you know, business people, guys, your page needs to be public.
Yes.
If it's a business page,
Absolutely.
otherwise, if you, like you did, separate the two.
Yes.
Have your personal account and have your business page. And I think even in future, like, it's not professional to mix the two.
Yeah.
So have a separate business account for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because AV Mabel is a brand on its own, and then Mabel Gallery, it's a thing on its own, where it has its business partners, and it's completely.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So the next question is, what are your must-haves before leaving the nest?
Honestly, I'm literally telling Tammy now, like, I can advise you now, but I had nothing. I think the only thing that I had on my back, which I think is actually of utmost importance, is to know yourself and have confidence in yourself, and don't let people run over you.
Yeah.
Yes. Because it's so easy for the world to get its claws into you. Now you're living alone. Now you feel like everyone is partying. Now I should jump into that. But that's not you.
Yeah.
Do you, be you, know, be your authentic self. Like I'm saying, I love using the word authentic because I think it has taken me a long while to be as authentic as I am now, and to be just bare and raw.
And authenticity is such a beautiful thing. And just embrace it.
It is. It really is. So for me, I think that's number one. Be confident and be bold and be assertive. And just don't be a pushover. Because if you do that...
I love that you mentioned that, because I think one of my fears when I was now thinking, like when the whole decision came out, I was now wondering, like, what type of person am I going to be when I am on my own?
Yes, because that's a good question.
When you're at home, you have restrictions, you have curfew.
Different person around your person.
Yeah, so... I think it's such a beautiful thing to witness when you move out and realize that, look, you have self-discipline. You are disciplined enough to, you know, make your own ground rules, set boundaries, whether it's friendships, whether it's relationships. Because now you are free to all these things. The world is like open to you.
Absolutely. So a must-have is self-discipline. And I know when you guys asked this, you were thinking of material stuff, but guys, the thing is, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm a whole, you guys will call me a Jesus freak. It's okay, go for it. But like, I'm a constant believer that God is our provider. He's Jireh. So if I can tell you now, no, you should have a TV, you should have a whatever. The next, you can be in your flat for a day, and then the next day you get dropped, and then what?
Then what?
You know. So for me, it's just a thing of, it's the other things that are important, the self-discipline, then having boundaries, the just being self-aware.
And I think also having a vision and a plan.
Yes, absolutely.
Because now, okay, you have a place, you don't have any furniture. What's the plan?
What's the plan?
Yeah.
How long do you plan to sleep on the mattress?
Yeah.
Because you need to count. Like, you are not going to sleep on a mattress for a whole year. Because that's not constructive. You're going to have back pains. You're not going to be productive, you know. So have a plan.
Yeah. But I think also I want to, just to be realistic, I think one of the plans you could consider are, when I moved out, I immediately went to stay into a student accommodation. And student accommodations usually they're fully furnished. So they usually have a bed, there's cupboards, there is a fridge. If there's not a fridge, I think I had a mini fridge. I had a mini fridge. Yeah, I had a mini fridge. So that worked for me. That's all I had. I had a mini fridge and my clothes. That's all I had. And then so from the the student accommodation, you can then now like start saving up for extra other stuff.
Yes. And I think if it's something that you're planning to do and you're thinking about it and you're not rushed into it, you can save. Come on, that goes without saying. Like,
that's what I keep saying.
Yes, save up, put some money aside. Go to different shops, weigh your prices, like how much is a fridge in Hi-Fi, how much is a fridge where you know, and how much is a bed, how much is whatever. Just get a whole, draw up a budget, figure out what it is, how much you're supposed to save, and then give yourself a timeline, because your goals need to be smart, as it's called, smart, realistic, you know,
realistic, timely.
Yes, all of that. It must
so
be
I think
measurable.
For people that are still staying at home and there's no, like, you're not rushed to move out, take that time. 1 month, buy off the bed. Next month, buy off the fridge. And then when you move, you at least have 1 or 2 things.
Yes.
But like going back to the most important thing is really self-discipline. Because now you're on your own, basically.
And in addition to that, if you are in your 20s and you are not moving out, you're not planning to do any of that, but you have a job, you have whatever, save, put money aside, the money that you could be paying for rent. Put it aside and let it be a down deposit for your house, because you're not going to live in your parents' house forever.
Or even your emergency funds. Girl, life happens. You know, one day you have parents, the next day you don't. We're living in such unpredictable times,
girl.
So, yeah. Okay, so I think we addressed that question. Like, what do you wish you knew before you left home? The price of electricity, child.
I think for the longest time, because I was also with my sister, it was, I think I had it a bit easier because you were now straight out on your own.
Yeah.
So I had it a bit easier. But I think what I wish I knew is that you actually really need to be intentional about your relationships with the people that you left at home.
Yeah.
Because it's not the same. You're always in each other's space before. So it's easier for you to feel like we connect, we are okay.
Yeah.
But then when you moved out, it takes you to be intentional for you guys to keep that connection. Yes, it's your family. Your family will always be your family. Yes, but still, like that whole being intentional, sit down, go visit. Because I remember my dad would sometimes call me and he's like, I just feel like you guys don't love me anymore. You don't come visit because life happens. You're so busy with your friends. You're so busy with everyone. And I wish that I would have done better.
I feel like that's my older sister now. She keeps saying like, "Your girl, we don't have you anymore. Like you're gone.
You're gone.
You're gone." And like I feel like she tries to be so understanding that like my makeup business is demanding, but like I also find myself feeling so guilty. So it's really a matter of being intentional and just also keeping that.
You know what my sister and I have decided to do? My siblings and I.
Yeah.
So we're 4. My mother's kids now, we're 4.
Yeah.
And what we have decided to do is that the day of your birthday, which is like for me it's the 22nd, that day in the month is dedicated to you. Whatever day it falls on. So
really?
that way we're intentional.
Nice.
So at least once a month you will meet.
That is
because,
really intentional.
Yeah, and then sometimes you'll meet more because then say for instance it's the 22nd, but then now she also wants to see me, my brother also wants to see me. Then we all come together and then we get to see them. So at least we can see each other 4 times in a month.
Yeah.
Based off of
I feel like when you adult we use the excuse that we're so busy.
It's
like
true.
And then time just goes by.
COVID has taught me one thing is that tomorrow is not promised, friend.
Yeah, that's so true. Okay, so the next question is she's talking about finances. I think we addressed the finance conversation.
Yeah.
But she's also saying how one survives the city as a student navigating school and business. So I think we can address the part of navigating
the city,
business, school, and...
Guys, those of you who come from out of Windhoek and you come here in Windhoek, bruh.
Life is expensive in Windhoek.
First, life is expensive and people are mean and they will pick on you. Like, I don't want to say people are mean, but people just have ill intent when especially when they know that you're not from Windhoek, you're from a small town. And then the city life also gets to your head because some people get dizzy. You get dizzy.
No, there are people that
you're
get
like, dizzy in Windhoek. You're like, now you're living this whole new life. And just remain yourself, man. You don't have to change who you are just because you are in a city.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to what we're saying about self-discipline and authenticity.
Yeah.
And I think when you come to Windhoek, especially if you're not from here, have a really strong definition of who you are.
Yes.
And so that you don't let other people try and redefine you and what you want, your purpose, your goals.
Absolutely.
Because it's so easy for people around us to influence us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And hang around in spaces where you are comfortable in so that you can pick up the right types of friends. Because if, say for instance, it's Timmy and I and we like coffee shops.
Yeah.
Then I will find a coffee shop and then I'll say I bump into Timmy and I'm making a genuine relationship with someone where we connect with something. Because relationships, it's about relatability.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
Now you're going to the club and you're not a club person, you're picking up club
now
friends.
you're just there like,
hello.
like, can we go home, please? And you know that now that we're speaking about clubs, I think that's such an important thing, boundaries. Because I remember when I started renting, I realized that I'm not a social person. I had such a big fear that like, okay, when I do go and stay on my own, what then will become of me? But then when I started staying on my own, I realized that I like to socialize, but I've also chosen my type of social setting. You will find me at a restaurant, definitely having a drink or two with friends, but you'll never find me in a club. Like, that's not my place. Like, so you need to also choose, like, that's what I'm saying, you need to decide what you like and like you said, find the right environment for yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
it's rough, but hey.
How did you learn how to use money wisely so that it sustains the whole month with all your needs?
But the first years of working there, the money was done by the second week, if not the first week.
Wow.
By the first week, if
what
not
were
the second
you using
week.
it on?
I don't even know. That's how
were
it
you
was
like clothes?
No, I'm not really a shopper like that, but I'm also very giving. Like, and I'm like that person. Like, okay, oh no, so you don't have. Okay, here, take. It was just nonsense.
You're that person we should call when we need to borrow money.
I've gotten better now because obviously
you are doing better.
I'm learning, but like, you know, like it's it was dumb stuff, man. Like experiences. Okay, our friends are going way. Okay, now I wanna go. You know, and whatever. But you can't afford it.
Yeah.
So honestly, I think a thing that works currently for me is putting aside. Okay, I believe in paying you 10%. Tithe goes to the church, and then put away 20% or 30%. Yeah. Like the percentage will go up as you start becoming more.
As your incomes also increase.
As they increase. Yeah. So if you put away 10%, you give your 10% to the church, and then your 20% of your salary, you put it away, and then you live off 70. Yeah. Leave off your 70%, and that's over and above, and you'll be fine.
Okay, you mentioned something about affordability. I want to touch on that. I think it's so important to. I remember,
live within your means.
Live within your means. You are not going to buy food from Woolworths when you cannot afford food from Woolworths. You know, so
because
I remember.
It's the vibe, Moss. It's the vibe. Now you're seeing Tammy was sitting at Livage house or whatever. Now you wanna
you know? Guys, live within your means. I remember, I won't even lie to you guys, I will say this on camera with my chest. When I started renting the first year, I used to shop from ShopRite. Like, and it made life easier for me because ShopRite's rates are so much lower. Like it's such a bargain. Like, I think my food budget was 300. And I would like have everything I need. The only things I wouldn't buy from there was probably like my veggies because I like them fresh. Yeah. Yes. So, but otherwise, try and cut. Clothes, go to Pep Home. Like, that was me. Wear non-branded things. It's okay. Like, guys, live within your means until, I think, fake it till you can make it, my dear.
Also just, for me personally, you can't ask me about this stuff. Like, I don't care for clothes. I don't care for... Like, I'm so focused. I think my biggest goal in my life was that one day I want to own property. Yeah. So, for me, it was just one of those things. Like, how do I work towards that? So, I was just faithful in the list, like in where I'm at now. Yeah. And I would make my home so pretty. So
and look at you now, guys. She's like a whole house owner. Can you imagine? I can't, like, I'm so happy for you.
And you know, like, so for me, my money went to home things. Right. I think that's how I knew when my life was sorted. Because like where it was headed, because I would buy a pillow. And you can ask my friends if they're in this comment somewhere there, they'll be like, this girl has 1,000 pillows on her bed. That was me. Like, I used to have pillows in abundance. Exactly. So I think...
Are you one of those girls with many pillows on the bed?
I used to be.
Do better.
Used to be. I'm better now. I think I have... better.
Which is better, shared accommodation? I think we spoke about that.
Yeah, we did kind of speak about that.
But I think in the end, it also comes down to you.
Shared accommodation and whatever. I think we'll address it.
I think it's
over to my video.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be addressing that in her video. Can I make money? Explore your options. What are your options? Yeah. Study your market. Understand.
What are your passions?
Also, remember, guys, when you start a business, it needs to be you are bridging a problem with a solution. So you can't just do something because you're doing it. You need to have a why, you need to have a purpose, you need to have a reason. Yeah. So, and I think this is also something we should say now. A lot of people want to start businesses, or at least that's the impression I get. A lot of people want to start businesses, but they're scared and they have this thing like, oh, but there's so many other photographers. Oh, but there's so many other makeup artists.
The market is big enough for all of us, guys.
There is enough grace for all of us.
All of us.
All of us.
Honestly.
Yeah. So, yeah, nice. Guys, it was really, really nice. I hope you guys did learn one or two things from us. And, you know, if you have further questions, drop them down in the comment section. Yeah. But we also, these are not all the questions. We're going to head over to Avi's channel now and then, you know, pick up the conversation from there. Yeah. So, yeah, guys, if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. So, yeah, with that said, I'm not going to see you in the next video. We are going to Avi's channel.
I love it.
So, yeah, guys, ciao.